Straight ahead on this Wednesday morning, a pet owner's worst nightmare. A small pup is attacked by the neighbor's dog and she wants them to pay for it.
Also ahead, what could be the future of catalytic converter theft prevention? Why police are taking spray paint to this part of the exhaust system.
A Lakes Country assisted living facility has a gross problem with bed bugs, and they're rushing to get rid of the problem. But first, new for you this morning, a careless use of smoking materials is to blame for an apartment fire in the Northern Valley that did major damage. It happened around noon yesterday in the 3500 block of Cherry Street in Grand Forks.
Fire crews battled heavy smoke and fire coming from the roof. You see it right there. There is significant damage to it, along with the second floor of the unit, and water and smoke damage throughout the rest of the home as well. That damage is estimated at around $200,000. It's a crime that takes thieves just minutes to complete, and some police are now getting creative in their attempt at cracking down on catalytic converter thefts. In St. Paul, they're offering to spray paint the converters and even engrave them with your license plate number, because many recyclers won't buy them if they're marked like that. Thieves, they steal the converters for the precious metals in them.
It's also a problem here in the FM Metro, and if it happens to you, a repair could cost you $2,000. Now, you can try preventing a theft by parking inside a garage or in a well-lit area, and maybe invest in an anti-theft shield.
It is now 10 minutes before the top of the hour. A welcome sight when you look out your window. A lot of people saying, finally. It rained overnight, even raining a little bit this morning. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yeah, we had a little lull overnight. There were still some spotty showers out there, but the real heart of the rain that's taking over for today, starting in the Southern Valley here this morning now. And here's a look on our Dakota Magic Casino Skycam, a live view as we're looking to the south and west, I-29. There's a semi there going by on I-29 into South Dakota. And you could see the rain really steady and coming down in that area at this point in time. And here's a look at our conditions around the valley. We've got some places getting some rain, some places mostly cloudy skies. Devil's Lake is more on the clear side here to start off the day. So a range of conditions. Fargo's at 43. It's cooler in Grand Forks where we're a little drier at 33, and Devil's Lake clear and at 28 degrees, so below freezing there. In those areas where we have a lot of cloud cover, Detroit Lakes, Thief River Falls, Bemidji, we're more into the 40s, and a report of some rain in Bemidji right now. So a look at your radar. You can see those showers that were lingering overnight, still kind of hanging around but diminishing a bit, and what's taking over is that big blob of green and yellow and orange pushing into the Southern Valley. So Roberts County in South Dakota, Sisseton area, Rossholt back up toward Wheaton. You're getting some good rain right now. This is pushing into the Lidgerwood and Hankinson areas and into Sargent County too. And you may be noticing those lightning bolts moving into the Traverse and Grant County areas and eventually into southern parts of Otter Tail County. So there's some thunderstorms going on, a good one by Alexandria, and that's all moving to the north. So that's where we're expecting to see some of our heavier rain today in those thunder showers and heavier rain rounds. And this is, again, moving to the north. So it's going to affect the Southern Valley first and then roll to the north and east. So that has an impact on your afternoon planner. This afternoon, we're going to have rain showers, including Fargo-Moorhead and Lakes Country, many places in Minnesota and into southeastern North Dakota. Temperatures more likely into the 40s to about 50 degrees there. And then north and west, more into the dry side. And we're concerned about fire danger because of the wind today in that area. We're talking winds gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour out of the northeast and dry conditions, and temperatures there that are into the 50s to about 60 for your high. So a big range of conditions here depending on where you are. And those rain chances continue this week. We'll continue to monitor those throughout the day for you today. And you can always check up on the radar, see if those showers are approaching you on our Valley News Live weather app.
Okay. I'm so happy we're finally getting some of this much needed rain. So thank you, Lisa.
6:53 now. A Fargo woman is devastated after her dog was attacked by a neighbor's dog, and now she's on the hunt to find the person who witnessed that attack to help prove that it happened. Carol Covitt says that she was working in her yard when the neighbor's dog came over and attacked her pet Beamer.
He had to get several stitches and a shunt placed in his head, which cost Carol nearly $700. As the attack was happening, Carol said she thought her worst nightmare would come true.
I thought a dog was dead because he wasn't moving, he wasn't making any noises.
Carol says she reached out to the owners of the other dog, but they weren't willing to pay for the vet bill.
Now she hopes the witnesses will come forward. Call police if you have any information about the attack. An assisted living home in Detroit Lakes is trying to get ahead of a bed bug infestation. An employee of Lakes Homes in Detroit Lakes alerted us to bed bugs in a home which cares for adults living with disabilities and mental illness. They provided us with these photos. You can see the bed bugs being found on wheelchairs and on the furniture.
A whistleblower says that the bed bugs became an issue about 6 months ago, but the development director of Lakes Homes says they've actually known about it since August. Residents left for 8 hours on one day so the building could be treated, but they are still trying to eradicate the problem today. How far should you go to defend yourself before resorting to deadly force? That's now the question before North Dakota lawmakers who will be voting soon on the state's version of a Stand Your Ground bill. If someone is being threatened, Stand Your Ground removes any requirement to retreat before using deadly force to protect yourself. Some see it as a law allowing excuses for extreme reactions, while others seeing it as trying to protect homes and lives. However, some concerned citizens told lawmakers yesterday that they worry the bill would open the door for domestic abuse to become even more dangerous. The bill passed the House with more than 80% of members supporting it. If the Senate approves it and the governor signs it, North Dakota would join nearly 40 other states who also have Stand Your Ground laws.
A North Dakota man is going to prison for 4 years and is ordered to pay nearly $2 million in restitution for bank fraud and stealing livestock. 39-year-old Kelly Glatt of Mandan took out a loan to buy cattle, then hid his personal assets and fraudulently filed a lien in another person's name. Court documents say Glatt told another man that he robbed a bank without using a gun. Prosecutors say he also took custody of multiple other people's cattle as either a caretaker or partner, then illegally transported the animals across state lines. Firefighters are making progress in the Theodore Roosevelt National Park's North Unit out in western North Dakota, and they're now hoping to take advantage of better weather conditions. An estimated 5,000 acres have already burned. The State Fire Service says the fire is about 45% contained.
There's no word yet on what caused a fire at Minn Kota Recycling in North Fargo. It started in or near a cardboard storage pile yesterday afternoon. Firefighters say it was tough to put out because the burning material was carried into a compactor by a conveyor system, and the flames were then hard to get to.
Many people are ready to dig into their yards for some landscaping and gardening projects. But XL Energy says you want to be careful before using that shovel.
And the Valley Today's Brian Sherrod, he joins us live with why you need to make a few calls before you put in that backyard deck. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Jordan and Lisa. Right now, I'm at the Northern Plains Botanic Garden Society. What we can tell you right there behind me is they already got their garden area set up. They already have it already aligned up. You can actually see it more now that the sun is just coming up, but you can actually get a little look now of what they're doing to set themselves up. Now over to what XL Energy is saying, they said they responded to nearly 20 incidents last year where people were using their shovels and they dug into gas lines and electric lines. So they want to go ahead and just prevent all of that from happening this year. So that's why they're offering their services for free, where they'll go around and they'll do that work for you. Now the professional locators will mark the approximate locations of underground lines with flags, spray paint, or both. Damaging or striking a single utility line can create dangerous situations, including serious injuries from shocks. This could also provide unneeded repair costs, fines, and outages. In North Dakota, homeowners and contractors can call 811 at least 2 days before a big project to have their yard inspected. And it's not limited to gardening and landscaping. You can also call for installing a post for a mailbox, building a deck, or even planting a tree. Now, they do recommend that you call a professional if you plan on, let's say, heating up a pool or even lighting up a garage.
Brian Sherrod reporting live. Thank you for that important advice this morning. North Dakota's Republican-led legislature has passed a bipartisan bill to recognize Juneteenth as a ceremonial holiday in the state. The June 19th holiday commemorates the end of slavery in the U.S.
Supporters say it's a step of goodwill toward becoming a nation of respecting each other. Governor Doug Burgum is expected to sign that bill. A newborn giraffe is getting a lot of attention at a zoo in Miami. Cameras, they captured his first steps last week.
The calf is already 180 pounds. That's a big baby, but looked a little wobbly as his mom kept a keen eye on him. They welcomed another baby 3 days later.
Your dose of cuteness on this Wednesday morning. Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. That question today is 34% of us have illegally done this while driving.
The answer, a few people got this. driving the wrong way on a one-way street.
I have done that
I have done
in
that.
Fargo.
Yep. No, I mean, it's dangerous, obviously, but it's embarrassing too. You're
is.
like, oh my goodness, what am I thinking?
Well, and the reason I did it is because there were no cars coming. I didn't even see it. And being from
clear.
small towns like we are, we don't have one-ways where we're from. So yeah,
It
then all of a sudden make a quick turnaround. But remember, the Today Show and CBS This Morning, it's just about to start, but the Valley today, it rolls on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather on the Fargo CW. Join us as Lisa Green continues to track rain heading into the region. Have a great Wednesday.